here to announce the filing of the mother of all taxpayers lawsuits. We want to end $1 billion or more in illegal subsidies to private corporations. Yesterday I was in Albany, and a lot of people said the tax revolt's dead, but we sent a little love letter to the three men in the room. The three men in the room are now going to be the three men in the courtroom, because we're suing the governor, the speaker, and the majority leader to get them to comply with the Constitution's clear directive that we stop giving state money to private corporations. It's for their own good. It's for their own good. They get money back from a lot of these corporations in their campaign finance accounts, and that's why we could never get rid of these people. Dale Volker's been there for, 35 years? It's almost impossible to defeat an incumbent. So one of the purposes of this lawsuit is to clean up the political system. If you look at, say, Dale Volker's campaign finance reports, it's all special interest groups. There's no regular people, and he gets money from people who get money from the state. It's a corrupt practice. It's illegal, and it has to stop. Our message today is Mayor Brown, Brian Higgins, Dale Volker, Sam Hoyt, stop taking our money and giving it to your wealthy friends. That's the message of this lawsuit. If you have any questions, we have several of our plaintiffs here, Mike Rebman, Mike Kuzma, Jim Brem. We have 50. We may actually end up with 100 because people are calling me every day. They want to be on, and I can actually amend the papers and add a bunch more people. But basically, these plaintiffs are representing all the taxpayers in the state, because if we win, everybody is going to have their tax burdens reduced in the state of New York anywhere from $1 to $2 billion, possibly enough to eliminate the state gas tax. Not cut it, eliminate it, because that brings in about $2 billion a year. So we've fired an opening salvo here, and we'll be seeing all the Albany politicians in the courtroom in Albany in mid-September. Lee Bordelot asked me if we could sue the Hyatt for getting $11 million in public money, and I said, yes, we can. Yes, we can sue the Hyatt. And we have, and we are. And we're suing IBM, and we're suing Advanced Micro Systems. They want $1.2 billion. We're suing Bass Pro. I mean, why should a foreign corporation from Missouri come in and pick our pockets in New York State to build a sporting goods store? There's perfectly good sporting goods stores all over Western New York. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it has to end. The governor said that the state of New York is broke. Well, you're broke, governor, because you're not complying with your own constitution. The 50 people on the lawsuit, everybody chipped in a little bit of money. There's no Wendt Foundation. There's no man behind the curtain. What you see is what you get. Most of the people are working class people, self-employed. We have some government employees on the lawsuit who realize that things have to change. It's one thing to pay for police and fire, but it's another thing to give our money to wealthy corporations such as IBM or failing corporations. Some of these corporations they're very shaky. They're closing plants, and yet the politicians continue to give them our money. So it has to end. It must end, because the state is bankrupt. It's bankrupt because it's not following its own law that was originally put in there in 1846 and has never been repealed.